Blue hour. It's easy to miss if you're not paying attention. Destined to be overshadowed by the much more eye-catching golden hour that comes before and after, I think there's a lot more to this small moment than what's on the surface.
It is currently 6:29 a.m., way earlier than I usually get up. So if you're not familiar with blue hour, you're probably asking yourself, what exactly is it? Well, blue hour doesn't have an exact definition. It can kind of just be boiled down to twilight. The term is used mostly by photographers because of the blue light that kind of gets cast over the landscape during it. Now, blue hour is a small, maybe 25-minute period that happens just before sunrise and just after sunset. Now, I know most people talk about golden hour and how beautiful the sunrises and sunsets are, but I think blue hour can often be overlooked. Something about the calmness of it all, the stillness of the world waking up, the world winding down. I don't know, it almost feels nostalgic. But sunrise is pretty soon, so I should probably get to the top of the mountains.
You know, I don't think it's really fair to compare blue hour and golden hour. They both represent very different things. I can't deny how great every photo can end up looking when it's golden hour. And I also can't deny that seeing a sunset or sunrise just naturally conveys a warmness that blue hour can't compete with. But it's not the visuals that appeal to me about blue hour. It goes deeper than that. To me, it's the feeling I get in the moments before each sunrise and after each sunset. I can't quite put my finger on it though. Why do I find myself attracted to moments like this?
Oh my God, it's way too early again. So I think I've kind of figured out why I like blue hour so much. I think when it comes down to it, it's just the calmness of everything during blue hour. You know, our lives are so busy that I think sometimes we just forget to exist. When you're out here blue hour, it's just so calm. With a sunrise or a sunset, it almost feels like there's some sort of expectation that goes along with it, but not here at blue hour. It's very different. You can look around and you see people maybe going for their early morning walks, or lights are just turning on in houses, people are making their morning coffee, and it's just, there's a calmness to it that really appeals to me, I think. Another thing I'm noticing, I think, is just this weird sense of nostalgia. As a kid, I remember blue hour well. I mean, I have vivid memories of hanging out with friends all day, and then the street lights come on, so it's time to go home. And then when you're biking home, you know, the neighbors' sprinklers are on, and you can see everybody getting ready for dinner. And you know dinner is ready yourself when you walk through the door. And then you're greeted by pets long gone. It's a very strange feeling. I mean, some of my favorite memories have been sort of graced by this period of the in-between. You know, whether that be campfires in the forest, or early morning road trips, or I mean, even the first time I got drunk off Twisted Teas. I mean, it was blue hour. Some of my most memorable moments happened at this time of day.
When you're limited by time, it's natural to try and make the most out of every moment. And I think that's the final piece as to what is so appealing about blue hour for me. It's the lack of time we have to enjoy something that makes it enjoyable. At the best of times, blue hour can last maybe 40 minutes depending on the time of year. So the hour in blue hour could definitely be a bit misleading. But I think life needs balance like that. What's the point of doing anything if you have unlimited time to do it? As I get older, I'm starting to realize how fast time goes by. I've only just turned 26. The past 10 years of my life have gone by faster than the previous 10. And if that's any indication of how fast the next 10 years will go, I really am not prepared. Moments like blue hour are what help keep me grounded though. As you could clearly tell by how enthusiastic I was to wake up before 6 a.m. I'm definitely not a morning person. But it was worth it to wake up early and experience something that only happens for a small part of the day. We really do get locked into our routines the older we get. And maybe it's why time seems to go by so much faster. That's why I think it's important to break up our everyday routine and take life in for a second. As humans, we weren't made to have the lifestyles we have today. We were made to watch the sunrise and the sunset.
Is it weird how much thought I've put into this little moment of the day? I mean, after all, it can kind of just be boiled down to Twilight. And it's not like Twilight hasn't been discussed before. I mean, there's a friggin' book series and movie series named after it. But I don't know, maybe that's it. Maybe we're just so used to Blue Hour and Twilight being a part of our daily lives that we haven't actually stopped to think about what it means. Obviously, I'll still enjoy the sunrises and the sunsets. I mean, the sun's rising right now. It's awesome to look at. But there is something to Blue Hour that is special to me. And I think it's the things we often overlook that mean the most.